Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Crypto whale moves $129 million in Bitcoin fortune as Ripple moves $16.3 million in XRP. Now, all of this, despite the recent turbulence in terms of XRP price action, XRP is up about 25% year to date. So take that, XRP trolls. There we go. So I'm going to run through that, and I've got some other stuff I want to share with you in the video that I think you'll find interesting, including some information from Ripple CTO David Schwartz. But also, I want to quickly mention before hopping into the content. Now, I post kind of like clockwork. You know, I'm pretty regular. It's pretty rare if I don't put out content at roughly the same time or about the same quantity each day. And YouTube has just absolutely been being a little bitch today. And I love YouTube, so I say this affectionately, okay? I really do love YouTube, but it's just a technical glitch. They're not doing anything, so they're fine. But I've been trying to upload videos for the last few hours, and they'll technically upload, but then there's this second process that you wouldn't know unless you're a YouTuber, where it has to technically, quote-unquote, process. And what it does behind the scenes with the processing, I don't technically know, but until it processes, which usually takes at least a few minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever it is. Until that happens, your video is not viewable. Well, it's not been processing. It's been staying at 0%. And I've been having this hiccup for about the last week from time to time, and it's been happening a lot today, and I haven't been able to get any content out until very recently this evening. And so I thought I just owed you an explanation in case anybody's wondering why where the hell Moon Lambo go? And somebody out there's like, when Moon Lambo? Well, I don't know. We'll see if this video if I'm even able to post this damn thing. And then it becomes an absolute time vampire, because if it doesn't process, you think, okay, well, delete it and re-upload it. Well, you're not allowed to re-upload it because you can only upload the same video one time. It won't be posted. So what you then have to do is slightly modify it, then render it, then upload that, and then hopefully that gets processed. And if it doesn't, then you have to delete that one and then start all over again. Oh my god, time vampire. So again, I hope that's not a little too much like inside baseball for you, but I feel like I owed an explanation. But I did finally just get one video uploaded. Finally. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'm going to get anything else out tonight, but I promise I'm trying. But it is, I normally spend like 2.5, 3 hours a day on this stuff anyway, and this is adding quite literally hours tonight. So if you would please delicately tap that like button, please know I so appreciate it, and consider subscribing to make the pain I've been going through less. No, I really do appreciate the support, though, so thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you bearing with me on this, but let's go ahead and hop in. Now, first I want to call this out. Take a look here. I came across this in my feed here. Somebody named Ken P. He's at XRP_express_ wrote, "Another scam. People do not respond. You will lose your money." And here's what he's talking about. So I just want to highlight this as a public service announcement before jumping into the rest of the content. And here you go. This reads as follows. Purportedly from Ripple, but it's not, so don't fall for this. Releasing 3 billion XRP into RippleNet in Q1 and Q2 of 2020. Instructions for individual claims have just been published. Following our strategy for increased demand of the XRP token from institutions and financial conglomerates, 3 billion XRP are being released into the payments network as complimentary rewards to existing account balances. I don't even need to read the rest. That is a scam. Do not fall for this. Don't send anybody XRP. You never have to send XRP to get more XRP. That's always 100% of the time a scam. And Moon Lambo did his public service of the day, though. Right there. See? I'll tell you what, like I said the other day, not all heroes wear capes. There we go. I'm feeling pretty good about myself now. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. So again, this one's talking about Ripple moving $16.3 million worth of XRP. And let me jump down to the pertinent part because it's actually kind of short. And then I got another piece I want to share with you, conceptually similar topic here. So Ripple continues to move millions of dollars worth of XRP after unlocking 1 billion XRP at the start of the month. But of course that's from escrow, and it's making news every single month. Don't know why, but happy to joke about it every month when it happens. According to the XRP Ledger Monitor, Ripple has sent 70.1 million XRP worth $16.3 million in the last 24 hours. The XRP was sent across 5 separate transactions, and according to the XRP Explorer BitHump, Ripple sent 19.3 million XRP to a wallet activated by the digital asset trust company BitGo. The rest of the XRP was sent between wallets owned by Ripple itself. And so we don't necessarily know exactly what the purpose of all of this is. But there you go, massive quantities of XRP moving around. But I still think like there's always going to be huge transactions like this happening. I think it's only going to ramp up as you get more corridors opening up with on-demand liquidity. It's just going to ramp up this type of action. And I wonder to what degree these types of stories will get reported in the future. I mean, they're noteworthy. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting. Anytime there's a huge amount of quantity, I understand absolutely why it garners attention from the XRP community. It makes tons of sense. But it's absolutely going to ramp up as there's going to be a necessary rebalancing of XRP, because in a lot of these corridors, understand XRP is going to be flowing mostly in one direction, and you could start to run out of XRP on one cryptocurrency exchange, which is a liquidity pool, which could be a problem. So there's always going to need to be a reshuffling there. Now here's a headline from crypto media outlet You Today. Ripple moves 70.1 million XRP as Coins fan states XRP price is up 25% in 2020. And so here's more reporting. And this one's from XRP Ledger Monitor. The XRPL Monitor account has detected several consecutive transactions totaling 70.1 million XRP, and I'm rounding again there, which is just a hair shy of 40 million United States dollars. And then they go on to cite the escrow release. And here you go, 5 consecutive transactions. They are on your screen. I don't feel like I really need to read through them. Not necessary, but you can look at them if you want to. Unless you're driving. If you're driving, you keep your hands on the wheel at 10 and 2, motorist, lest you become crashed into an animal like a fish. You don't want to do that. Information from the BitHomp site, which provides data on XRP transfers, shows that 19.3 million XRP was moved to a BitGo wallet. The rest of the 70.1 million XRP was sent between addresses belonging to Ripple itself. So it's kind of an addition. It's the same exact topic of what was covered in the other story. There's just more to this one here. And then a few days ago, Ripple moved 1 billion XRP from its escrow storage. However, later on, 900 million XRP was sent back to escrow. Now take a look at this subheading. XRP is up 25% this year. Recently, an article in the Financial Times revealed that XRP sales actually make up a significant portion of Ripple's income, and that the crypto giant would continue at a loss if it didn't gradually sell the coins it holds. Some of the XRP community commented, saying this is quite natural since Ripple targets banks, so institutional investors want to buy XRP. Well, sure. Well, it's not just banks. Look, if XRP is getting used by businesses, that makes me confident, okay? If it's getting used by developer, whatever, like the fact that Coil's using it, that instills confidence in me. It's not just what Ripple's doing. But I think that it's not just me that behaves like that. I think there's plenty of evidence that this is how speculators at large are behaving. Not all of them, but many are looking at it that way. Anyway, many in the community, however, criticized Ripple for constant XRP sales, claiming it prevents the coin's price from rising. Now, that is blatantly false. The people that criticize it, it would be fringe members of the XRP community that actually think that that's a problem. There are some out there, but it's mostly Bitcoin maxis out there that like to drive that narrative. But people in the XRP community know, we're well aware of this. Before we invested in XRP, we did our research, and we don't have a beef with Ripple doing things that are clearly in support of the XRP ecosystem. So anyway, the piece continues here. Meanwhile, an XRP community member at Rob Art has tweeted that so far this year, XRP has surged 25%. And you can see here from today, March 3rd, XRP is up roughly 25% in 2020 so far. And then it wraps up by stating earlier this year, in January, XRP surged from under 20-cent price level and managed to break past 30. That did not last long, however, and as at the time of writing, it's at 23.5 cents, blah, blah, blah. And it did get up to, it was either 34 or 35 cents, actually, so up quite a bit, damn near doubling. That's pretty cool. But again, this is crypto, so it's volatile and whatever, it's back down a bit. All this ultimately doesn't matter. I mean, it's interesting, don't get me wrong, that's why I track it, because it is interesting, but when I say something like that, it's more like, fast forward 5 years, what do you think this is going to look like? Is this little bit of volatility right now actually going to matter? It's going to look like a blip on the radar. No, that's not financial advice. This is just my opinion here. All right, now let me share this with you before wrapping up here. This is a tweet originally from XRP Crow. And he put together an infographic here, and he's the one that puts together the XRP community posters, which I've highlighted on this channel a number of times, and he does great work here. And so he tweeted, I'm going to share with you what he tweeted out, and then I came across this because real XRP boy retweeted this, so shout out to you as well. So here's the original tweet here. Let me just read the screen grab. So this is from David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple, and he stated the following. I think being domiciled in the United States, being a real company, and being so determined to comply with the law and do things the right way has had huge benefits for Ripple. Yeah, no kidding. Exactly. I'm so on board with that conceptual. I think that's why to me I always say yes. Ripple is the adult in the room, essentially. They're the ones that don't say down with banks and down with the government because that's silly anarchist nonsense. And they want to work with banks and with regulators to make this all pan out. And obviously, since they're taking that approach and they're trying to be 100% compliant everywhere they can, hopefully not having mishaps along the way, and there have been some, admittedly, but going that approach, I think that they're not as likely to have the hammer come down on them. They're really taking a proactive approach on all this, so I think it's cool stuff there. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'm going to try and upload this. I really hope I'm able to upload this, because I can't tell you the level of frustration this is. Like, just sitting here, literally a couple hours, like, having recorded a video, and then taking, like, an additional hour and a half after that to render, because that's what it took me for the first one I just got uploaded. I'm not kidding you. It took me, like, an extra hour and a half just to get it to the point where I could upload it. And I don't know why. It's clearly a technical glitch, like a YouTube. I love them. They're not doing anything, like, intentionally wrong, but there is something wrong with the processing here, and I just hope that they work it out. I don't know that it's worth me even trying to contact them, frankly. So I'm just going to hope that eventually this problem goes away, but it's been going on like this for a week now, and this is the worst it's been. So there we are, doubling the amount of time I'm spending on this today. But that's okay. That's okay. It's still my most favoriteest hobby. But anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!